Hey guys, and welcome to another Atari ST gaming video, and this time we're gonna take a look at Chase HQ, published by Ocean Software in 1989. The game was developed by Techware Software, or however you pronounce the name, who worked on quite a few decent ST conversions, like Space Harrier 2, Cybots, Escape from the Planet of the Robot Monsters, and quite a few other games. But they also worked on absolute trash, like Chubby Gristle and the less than stellar Pit Fighter, so their output was a tad uneven. Never played any version of Chase HQ myself, including the arcade version, but I do remember thinking that the arcade game seemed much more interesting than Outrun, but never came across it sadly. The arcade version was developed and published by Taito in 1988, and the game was a commercial success and became Japan's highest grossing dedicated arcade game of 1989, and it was of course also a pretty big success in the West. And the most interesting aspect of this racing game is probably that you are involved in a car chase, instead of just racing against the clock, which I personally find rather boring. Here you need to chase a criminal and ram his car off the road. Exciting stuff, which, at the time at least, made the game a whole lot more interesting. And the arcade game was designed by Hiroyuki Sako, and he was also involved in the design of Operation Thunderbolt, another Taito game. But enough said about that, let's dive in.
Okay, you're under arrest on suspicion of first-degree murder.
And it's a very nice looking loading screen. Although the guy in the back looks like he's absolutely huge just because of how the other guy is in front of him. That's a little bit weird, but hey. So I'm kind of looking forward to this. This is supposed to be a pretty decent conversion. Maybe not as good as the Spectrum version, relatively speaking, of course, but...
This is Nancy at State Headquarters. We've got an emergency here.
Oh, we only got a tiny sample? Oh, that's a bummer. Oh well, never mind.
Go, Mr. Driver.
Go, Mr. Driver! Yeah, this is a cheat, or a version with a cheat, so I can enable like infinite continues and stuff, so I might do that. But let's just not cheat to start off with.
Hold on, man.
Oh, another sample this time? Yeah, I had to restart because I needed to reconfigure my settings for the controller here, so yeah, now it's working. And I'm zooming along at 260 kilometers per hour. Doesn't maybe quite capture that speed. But, I mean, this runs decently well, I suppose. The graphics looks, I mean, okay. Maybe the cars are a little bit grey, perhaps. And yeah, it's so much slower than the arcade. I just played that. Oh, what the... Not sure what happened there, really. I was pushing right, but the game decided, nope. Okay. Yeah, I was just playing the arcade game, and that was running really nice and smoothly. This is a little bit sluggish, but of course, that is to be expected. And why am I not turning? Was I going that fast? It's just so hard to judge because everything just feels so slow. And you could just pretty much drive with no problems at full speed in the arcade version in this part here. But let's be a little bit more careful, because apparently the car just refuses to turn when I'm driving too fast. I don't think I'm going to be able to get this done. 17 seconds left. I think we get more time once we catch up with the bad guy, which should be after this tunnel perhaps. Yeah, the graphics are a little bit wonky, but I mean, not bad. Where's that filthy guy, Ralph? Here you are. Come on, Ralph, you bastard. Let's just ram him. Oh, crap. Hit detection is a little bit wonky as well, I think. We got turbo as well, which is really nice, I suppose. And the roads are filled with Sunday drivers, of course. Could you please... I'm not sure why the gear isn't working, or the gears. So here we are, again. How many times do I need to slam into this guy? It's a little bit easier than the arcade. Or one more time, maybe? Come on. You filthy... Why am I hitting the trees there? There's... Well, we can maybe still do this. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Ah, what a filthy criminal this guy is. Come on. Why aren't you just... Did I get him? Oh yeah, Ralph, you bastard. Gotcha.
You're under arrest.
Ah, that was a very short sample, but at least we got the kind of, what do you want to call this little screen here? That looks kind of nice. Under suspicion of first-degree bad driving.
Nancy, safe headquarters. We've got an emergency here.
I know, Nancy. That's the only time you call me when you need help. It's kind of sad, isn't it?
Giddy up, boy.
All right. So we've got 3 turbo boosts that we can use to slam into the criminals, I presume. That was one of the tips the manual gave me. Use the turbo to slam into the bad guy's car. We're also getting points here for some reason, just because I'm such a great driver, I assume. And we are zooming along at over 300 kilometers per hour, so let's be a little bit careful here. Last time things went south here, and please, I'm slowing down. Why am I not? I'm still kind of going to the right. It's a little bit strange, but yeah, this was kind of the usual deal with the home versions of these scaling games. The steering often felt very weird. Did the arcade version have like a sit-down cab and steering wheel and all that good stuff? I presume it did. Never actually seen one. And the hit detection is a little bit trashy at times. I don't know, it looks like I'm not always hitting these cars. Music is... oh, I just drove straight through that. That was interesting. And why am I just sliding off? Alright. Come on, go, go, go. I have a date with Nancy tonight. Where is that filthy criminal? Ah, we're out of time. That's a bummer.
Your time's up.
Yes, Nancy, you're right. My time is up. Do I still get a date? But I do get continue, so that is great. Let's turbo his butt. Oh yeah, the controls aren't really that great, to be honest. Yeah, I would like to try out the Spectrum version. It's supposed to be really, really good. Never play that one either. Criminals here, okay. And the criminals can just drive through cars. That's a little bit unfair, to be honest. The lack of sound effects really is not making this game any services, really. It just feels so weirdly quiet with just this music. And again, I'm driving straight through another car there, which is a little bit weird. Come on, come on, come on. And just... Oh, you cheating criminal bastard. Come on, go! No! I know, Nancy, I know. I'm a bad copper. Get your free criminals here. Yeah, it feels so weird slamming into these guys when there's just no sound effects. And why am I just... Yeah, this is so hard getting a good perception of your speed in this version. It feels like you're just driving around the countryside at 50 kilometers per hour when you're in fact are like zooming along at 300. So it's so weird. Oh, really? Yeah, come on, come on, come on, come on. Really hard to control the car here. Not the most satisfying of versions, I must admit. Really kind of lacking in gameplay and sound effects. It's not terrible, but it's certainly not great either. Did I get him? No. We can switch off the music. I think we're going to do that. I'm also going to enable cheat mode because I'm a filthy cheater. Ah, here we have the amazing sound effects. Yeah, they're a bit weak, aren't they? You really shouldn't play the arcade version just before you play a home conversion. It's not good for you. We got the siren! Amazing! At least we have that. And that is the greyest car I've seen in a long while. I'm not touching those stupid lights! What the... Well, kangaroo mode engaged here. Yeah, gotcha, finally.
You're under arrest.
Yes. Yes, you are.
Giddy up, boy.
Giddy up, eh? I see. And I'm not touching anything there, and I still collide with whatever the frick that is. Yeah, this is it's not great, shall we say? This conversion makes me sad, and everything is just chugging along super slowly. I mean, I wasn't expecting it to be amazingly fast, but I was hoping for a little bit better than this. Who the hell placed a corn sign there? I mean, don't get me wrong, corn is nice, but I can see this getting pretty boring after a bit, to be honest. I think there's a total of 5 stages in the arcade, and probably not more in the ST version.
You're under arrest.
Oh, you dropped your gun. You amateur! Right, stage 3. At least we get some new graphics, more or less. I mean, I think some of these buildings are the same. The cars are probably the same too, and please turn left, you stupid... Is it a Porsche? I think it is. I know nothing about cars. Oh, how exciting. We need to turn right. Yeah, this is getting pretty boring. And again, I'm not touching any of those candy canes there, and I still stop. Ah, shitty hit detection. What would my childhood have been like without it? Probably a lot more fun. Oop, suddenly a tunnel appears. I'm coming for you. Here we are. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Yeah, the computer-controlled cars, they don't seem to have any collision detection, except when it comes to me. Really? I'm not done with you yet, please. And, oh, yeah, it's just like the turning doesn't work at all. It just decides, no, I'm not going to turn left. I'm just going to make friends with these trees or whatever it was. Get out of my way. I've got a flashing thing on my car. That means you should just not dawdle around in front of me. Really, you useless Sunday drivers. Oh, yeah, I do not like the controls of this one at all. Not even a tiny bit. Or should I say I like the controls about as much as I like the hit detection? One more time. One more time. Well, maybe not. You're done for. You're done so.
You're under arrest.
Why are you fondling his butt? Ah, pervy police. Jeez.
Driver.
Yes, yet another emergency, and I am pretty much done with this. This is not terrible, but it's not great either. It's very, very much a big meh. And I don't think I would have been into this back in the day. I would have lost interest pretty quickly. Barely better than Outrun, I would say. Mainly because Outrun was such a huge disappointment. But yeah, I'm done. Let's have a look at a few reviews before I give up with this one. ST Format awarded the game a surprisingly high score of 71%, and they wrote, "The feel of the car is tricky to start with, but once you worked out how to stop yourself flying off the outside of every other bend, the steering has a comfortable feel to it." No, it doesn't. The only setback is that once you get to grips with the controls and methods of beating the criminals, it won't be that long before you complete all 5 stages. It's doubtful that repeating the arrest can keep its hold on you for long. Despite this and the fact that the look isn't quite up to the arcade version, it's still a playable conversion that should please followers of the original. Well, I'm not so sure about that. The One also gave the game a fairly high score at 79%, and they wrote, "Conversion of a brilliant car chase coin-op, which could have been better. Mind you, it could have been a hell of a lot worse," which I suppose is true. It could have been Outrun, or even worse than that. And maybe I would have been a little bit more enthusiastic back in the day, but ultimately this game just is way too short, there's not enough to do, and the driving doesn't feel right. So I don't think I would have been too excited about this back in the day. So with that, I'm hoping you enjoyed this quick peek at Chase HQ, and as always, hope to catch you next time. Cheers!